fellow YouTubers, Trouble8385 here with YouTube Gaming Community number 32. Okay, let's start off with last episode of YouTube Gaming Community. I'm going to give you an example of having a supportive other makes the biggest difference when you make videos on YouTube. Last Thursday, because it was a holiday, I happened to be off, I took my son, dropped my son off at preschool. And I came home and finished the stuff for the YouTube video. And they're like, okay, well, okay, ready to do it soon. And I get a phone call from the school saying, hey, my son was a little warm, but he wasn't that bad. We checked his temperature. He was like barely up. School calls, hey, he's got 101 degree temperature. You need to come pick him up. My wife did, because if I'd gone pick him up, this is how it would have gone when I came home with him. She would ask me a question. Did he ask this? Did he ask that? And I would have said, no, they said he had 101, so I just picked him up. Well, why didn't you ask this? Because I just went to pick him up. So she went, asked the questions that I wouldn't have asked, brought him home. He was really sick, and he just, went to sleep. And she said, go make a video, and she allowed me to make a video. Actually, when he saw him get home, how sick he was, my original idea was, screw the video. The heck with it, it can wait. So I made the video, put it up, and quite honestly, until Sunday, I really didn't go much near YouTube. Thanked a couple people subscribed to my channel. Friday I didn't get a chance to answer some of the comments, but that was it. Sunday was the first day I actually spent any real significant time on YouTube. Because family is more important than this. This can wait. So, when I got back on Sunday, I had a message from CreedBoy411 saying that WhiteAsianGirlsPLZ account was now closed, and he hoped nothing was wrong. And so I asked a couple of my friends who I know really well, and to see what they're doing too, not just that. And while I was waiting for them, I just went looking around comments that he had left, and saw that just a day ago he thanked someone for subscribing to his channel. That's kind of weird. Hope he didn't get hacked or anything. But anyway, OtoU272 had sent me a message back saying no, that he has a new channel. He closed it, and the new channel was MrDSBXFinest. And so I sent him a message saying, I hope everything's all right, blah blah. And he said, everything, thanked me and everything was all right, and that he would make a video in the future explaining why he closed his old channel down. So I'll put a link to his new channel if you used to be subscribed to it or want to check it out. And the reason why everybody freaked out, I think, so much about this situation was that a little earlier in the week, I saw LMA187's Loss of a Friend, Shoutouts, and a nice pickup video. And, yeah, pickup video. He shouts at some guy in there that's an idiot. I can't remember his name. Some channel. I don't know. But, he shouts at other people, too. But he had mentioned how Noldary2 was gone. All of a sudden, his close friend. So I thought that was strange. Anyway, next thing in the video I see is JayyBlackHeart's video. Veterans Day, Fat Trolls, Nold3200 hacked to new channels. Now he said he had gotten a hold of Nold32 on Skype, and they were talking how his channel had gotten hacked. So, I don't know if he has a new channel yet. I just know his channel got hacked. And JayyBlackHeart tells a lot of people really good advice what to do, especially with your password, and that is you should always have numbers, letters, and characters in your password. When I took computer networking 3 years ago in college, just to learn it, just for the heck of it, they mentioned in the class specifically that use a phrase or a question in your password, and make sure you use all three, because it's much harder for people to hack your account. And because that happened, a couple of people had sent me things about other people. Oh, we heard this person got hacked, and that. And it go because anybody who all of a sudden didn't make a video when they were supposed to, or like they normally do, all of a sudden they got hacked, or people worried about that. But so enough about that. Now, one other thing that happened to me was a couple of people I knew. A strange thing had happened to them. They had gotten betrayed by someone who they thought was a close friend. And what I mean by, and I'm not going to talk about, why they betrayed him, but I want to talk about how that affects them towards the community and their other friends. Because when you have someone betray you, like, you tell them not to say personal information. They tell people or start talking bad about you, whatever. At first, it does affect you. You don't want to talk to your other friends, or you're worried that everybody, other people are just gonna, especially some people in this community. Because listen, some people in this community are antisocial or have a really hard time, making friends or trusting people to be friends. So when this happens, they start questioning everybody, or they pull back. And eventually it wears off because they talk to a couple people and realize, okay, that's just that person. But on here, when I do my videos, they're usually running into 4 types of people on here. And that's usually, first of all, your close friends that always in contact with you, personal message back and forth. There's the casual close friend that you only talk to every month or two with a personal message or something. Then you have the comment kind of friends where they comment on your videos all the time, and they can eventually become the other two. They comment, and you become like, them really well, they know you really well. And then there's the severely casual commenters that you shout them out in a video, so they comment in a video or 2 of yours, and then you just go away. Or if you don't keep shouting them out, they just go away. So, next up, Atark777 answered my Street Fighter question, because I had sent him that question to him too. And if you didn't know, the question was about whose Dragon Punch is stronger, Ryu, Ken's, or Sagat's. His answer was, I personally think that Sagat's Tiger Uppercut is the strongest punch when you talk about Street Fighter in general. I never really took a look on the energy bar, so I can't tell you if his uppercut actually takes more energy compared to Ryu's or Ken's Dragon Punch. But somehow, when I am really deep in the game and fight against a friend who took Sagat, I suffer a lot. When I jump right into it, somehow I can really feel how my poor character, mainly Ken, feels the pain. Maybe it's the cool animation, maybe it's because the short, standing picture in my head that I see when I jump right into the uppercut and think, oh, I can't break no more, before my poor character becomes thrashed. Or maybe it's because Sagat reminds me of my gym instructor, who is a kickbox champion, and has more muscles in his left arm than I have in my whole body. However, Sagat is deaf, the man, that I would not like to meet alone during a stormy night. However, when I think about it, I would not even like to meet him during the sunny day. So there's his comment on that. So let's get into the videos you want to check out. The first one is by MaximumRD, Shoutouts, Thanks, and Info, November 11th, 2010. Real quick before I get into this video, I saw his first comment to my channel, this video, and it did make sense, because what I did was I responded this video to his shout-out video that I talked about last video. And I understand why he's skeptical, because I see a lot of times a lot of people do these videos, and people just attach all kinds of crazy videos that aren't even related to the subject just to try to get people to see their channel or get views. And I only did that because really a lot of times I say I'm going to do a video like this and I never have time, so it's just easier to do it in this format. And he eventually saw it, removed that comment, and thanked me. But anyway, in this shout out video, he gives some detail of some channel. The channel that guy's an idiot. I can't remember his name, but he shouts out other people, so you should check that out for that. Anyway, Segaretroride, his video Why I Retro Game. First of all, he shows a cool arcade while he's talking, but of course he explains why he likes retro games. Check that out. CorporalColeco's Coleco Atom Family Computer Digital Data Tape Drive Repair Part 1. So if you've never seen a Coleco Atom, or you're curious on how to repair that, check that out. Which leads me to, real quickly, one of the things that really bothers me on YouTube is when someone does a mod or repair. Just because some specialist says it's the way to do it, that doesn't mean there aren't a million ways to do it. Just because it's not the way you think it should be done. The whole point of YouTube is for people to have fun and to do things that normal people don't do. Okay? Just because a guy mods a system different than the book says doesn't mean it's wrong. It's just the way he likes to do it. Just because someone repairs something the way that the book or you think it should be prepared doesn't mean it doesn't do the same thing that you would have done the other way. Anyway, next up, the TheEMUreview GBA into DS cases, the cover project. Now, this is really cool with the cover project because it's a website that he found that all different kind of systems, they have the box art to them. You can print them out for free on your printer, and you know, if you want to put your games in different kind of things, or you don't have the boxes to them, or you know, because you might not have enough space, so you could still print out the box art but put it in whatever way you want to case or whatever you want to put it into those games. Like for example, Ghosts and Goblins on the NES, they have both the American cover and the Japanese cover, and they have a couple different options on what way you can print that cover, which is really cool. Next up is Murphy 245, boxed or loose games, which is basically a question on what do you prefer. Myself, if I really love the game and I know I like it, I'll get the box game. But normally I just want to play the game, so I'll get the loose game, and later on down the road somewhere, if I really want the box, I can get it, or maybe do the cover project. Next up is Retro Gamer 3's Game Show Episode 2, where it's a game show format. We ask you a bunch of questions about, you know, video games, systems, and he starts off really easy and gets harder as he goes along. You know, when I watched this episode, the sad thing was, I go, in my heyday when I played all these games, I would know these answers, but today I don't have a clue. Makes me feel dumb because I should know those answers. Next up is PaperLuigi 232's important update. The reason why I bring this video up is because in this video he says he'll be gone through the holidays. Just like the summer, this is the time of year where a lot of people on YouTube will be going away for a while because the holidays are coming up. They're busy, you know, family functions, other functions due to the holidays. So I'm sure there are probably a lot of other people that have videos just like his. But next up is AshenClone's Nintendo Love Tester TV Advertisement HD for the first time ever, no sound. This was 1968-69, it says at the end of the commercial. It's Nintendo's Love Tester. You really got to see this funny thing out. You hook it up, you put it to you, and it tells you if you're in love or not. It's a really funny thing. When I saw this commercial, you know what my mind said? Hey look, that was Nintendo's first vitality sensor that they have yet to actually release, or probably never will. But anyway, just a funny commercial to check out. Next up is HappyConsoleGamer's Finally. The reason why it's finally, because he finally has got t-shirts for people to buy of the HappyConsoleGamer logo, and he goes into the whole story of, you know, why he picked the company he picked to make them, and he has a link to them if you're interested. Check that out. Next up is Gamester81's Sega EverDrive review. I know I shouted a video out of this a while ago about the EverDrive, someone else, but he shows you the whole case and how it all works and reviews it. But for those who don't know what the Sega EverDrive is, it's a little bit expensive, but you can buy it. And what it is, it allows you to play ROMs and emulation stuff on your Sega Genesis. Next up is Pete Doerr's Super Mario 25th Anniversary Celebration at Nintendo World, if you're interested in seeing Nintendo World or that celebration. Next up is Old School NYC Gamers 8-Bit Games and Up Store Tour Part 1. I always love watching retro game stores. There's a new retro game in the New York area. Next up, Nerox's YouTuber of the Week, second week of November, Yuli's 1. I asked him and he said he's going to be doing this. Keep this thing going, so we'll see how long it takes him to run out of people to shout out. And next up is, I know he told me to pronounce his name wrong, but I did look it up before I did this video, so I'm just going to spell it. OHEAO, Game Shoutout 1, Oto U272. And lastly, Atari Leafs Atari Trackball, a closer look. Something that Atari, quite frankly, underutilized back in the day when it came out. So guys, until my next video.